keeping it down when the pain hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you're trying to go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win.
The NFL on EA Sports has moved across the Atlantic to the capital city of London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Carolina Panthers and our home team. Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
Mike 55. Check 55. Mike.
Allen going to go on 4th down. And it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage and if anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice size.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. And this is caught at the 20. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 66 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Elliott. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down, stopped at the Panthers' 27. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Elliott. 11 yards there. 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Fights him off. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives exactly.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Allen going to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. 27 yards there, a first down.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk.
Ready? 18, Gator. Cut.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Go. Let's bring it. Check. Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen rolling to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm going to come back to you.
Now Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Elliott. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
It's 4th down.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now Prescott on 4th down. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, taking a step back for a second, let's look at the undefeated teams still left in the NFL. We got New England, KC, they're 4-0. And then San Fran, they were open last week. They didn't have a game, so they're still at 3-0. We only have 3 teams left.
And they had the easiest path, not just because they had the open week, but how about New England getting challenged by Buffalo? Yes, they were on the road, but you don't often think of Buffalo as a team to really press New England. They did. And Kansas City, they got a heck of a test in Detroit. Had to score with 20 seconds left on the clock to win that game. So both of them remained undefeated, but not without struggles.
That's the interesting thing about Buffalo. I think we learned more about them in their 1 loss this year than we have in their 3 victories.
I think we would say the same thing about Kansas City because of how they got pressed, but we'd also say the same thing about Detroit.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Set, ready? 10-2, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Bravo.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep for the Cowboys, Tavon Austin. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Set, 90, Wolf.
65.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Allen, and he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, Here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Prescott to throw this time. He'll buy some time right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just past midfield.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half. Prescott. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
He'll let it fly for Austin. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
46.
Now Prescott. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Ready? Look at it. Come on, dude.
the gun. Newton toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Trey Boston up to make the tackle on second down now. It's Elliott. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down, it's Pollard. And now the rookie spree. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 37 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
You can't stop me.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. A big play there from McCaffrey. 44 yards on the ground. He had been held in check. Now he breaks that big run, shows the explosiveness we all knew was there.
All right, tell the truth now. You knew it was just a matter of time, didn't you? We've seen this so many times from him. Hold him down, and then breaks out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. 25 yards for the touchdown, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and that will get him one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff left, Elliott. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 30, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 64 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, it's Newton. And he's going to find Hogan here, complete. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice gain. Got some pop.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Jalen Smith, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Another try after the first down sack. Newton, and open here is Hogan. He's got it. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Chris Hogan, 41 yards, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
X3, 218, chop.
To the air, Allen, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. The Cowboys on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. A give to Elliott running left. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. A first down carry by Elliott. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They'll try the left side. It's Elliott. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.